One of the big things that I learned from Darian is the importance of self-sacrifice. And the idea that, you can only really achieve something great by bringing people together, and you can overcome whatever odds, however seemingly insurmountable.
Yo, this movie is fucking fantastic. No, for real, it's really good.
Thank you.
I'm a big Zack Snyder fan, and this movie hits on every level. This is probably one of my most anticipated movies of 2023. Cleopatra, you play Devra, who is the leader of this revolution, the Blood Axe, alongside her brother Darian. Tell us about Devra and the revolution against Homeworld.
Yes, well, Devra, she and Darian come from a long line of warriors. And so she's a very sort of strategic, cerebral general type, and she really leads with her head, whereas Darian leads more with his heart, I would say, and I think that balance is how they've been able to successfully lead this rebel army.
Absolutely. Darian is the brawn of the duo, and he does lead with his heart. And if I'm not mistaken, you hadn't had a lot of combat stunt experience prior to this. Can you talk about that experience in crafting the character with Zack?
Well, we had a great stunt team, and this is some of the crew that Zack has worked with for many, many years, and they really helped whip us into shape and get us prepared so that we looked as badass as humanly possible.
Milius is a badass foot soldier for the Blood Axe, and they join a cause that's greater than themselves. Can you talk about the character and how you connected with that character?
I think Milius, is a very loyal, dedicated soldier, as you said. I found that it was quite easy to find that sense of loyalty, dedication, and inspiration because I was working with such lovely, inspiring co-stars, Cleo and Ray, as well as just the whole Zack squad that he brings to the table.
Look, speaking of Zack, he has this unique way of cultivating this camaraderie on set amongst the cast. And it's almost like a head coach where players will run through a wall for him. I met him downstairs, and I would run through a wall for him.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the key to kind of creating that culture on set that Zack creates?
I think it starts with enthusiasm. I can say it, and I'm sure you've probably heard it at this point. Zack is probably one of the most energetic and enthusiastic human beings that you could meet, especially for a business where there is so much pressure and there seems to be so much on the line. We don't feel it in the same way because he's always got his eye focused on the prize and is able to have fun on set while juggling all of these different things.
Zack is a visionary director. He's absolutely one of the best, but he's also one of the best DPs in the world. Can you talk about him being a DP and what that added to Rebel Moon?
Personally, I really loved having him so close. I remember we were there doing scenes and he'd be right there and he'd be able to direct you from a few feet away, which felt like he was in it with us. There was no separation between us, which was really nice.
That's absolutely incredible. Now, what have you learned about yourself through playing these roles?
I think what's cool about a role is it asks you to find something in yourself, and I think Milius has to show a lot of courage. So I really had to dig down within myself and find my own courage, and that was a real privilege to be able to do that.
Yeah, like E said, it's nice to play a character that's maybe different from you, and I would say, interestingly, I'm a little more like my brother, I would say. In reality, I'm more lead from the heart type of person, whereas my character, Devra, is more lead from the head type of person. So there was a little adjustment about what that means and what that looks like.
And interesting enough, I'm kind of the opposite. I'm more lead with the head than lead with the heart. So we're playing opposite of who we are probably in real life. But one of the big things that I learned from Darian is the importance of self-sacrifice and the idea that, you can only really achieve something great by bringing people together, and you can overcome whatever odds, however seemingly insurmountable.
One thing I absolutely love about this film, too, is that the cast is international. So it makes the universe feel lived in. What did you bring from your own personal life into your role? Because I know that Zack was really key, or really honing in on bringing kind of the collaboration process with yourself into the role. So what did you bring to the role from your own life?
Just my personal experience, I've always been a man of the people. I've always loved, I've always taken it upon myself to try to stand up for where I can and do right by others if possible. And that's something that certainly carried over into the actual execution of the piece. I
think I'm naturally a bit of a rebel. I have tattoos. I shaved my head once. I have red hair right now. I don't know how rebellious that is, but I guess for an actor it is, because you're not really supposed supposed to change your look. But yeah, I guess I brought those elements to it.
Yeah, I think my sense of dedication, both as Melius and also as E, an actor on set.
I can't wait for the world to see this on December 22nd. I can't wait for the director's cut, and April can't come fast enough for part 2. Incredible job, y'all. I really appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.